think I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Okay. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Ultimate Review. In this episode, you're going to get the most in-depth and unbiased review of the Wings Phantom 260 gaming earbuds. But as always, before we begin, if you do enjoy watching my videos and find these helpful, please show your support by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And after watching this review, if you do decide to pick up the Wings Phantom 260 for yourself, the link for this unit is in the description below. I would really appreciate if you use that link to make your purchase. As always, you have my word, it's never going to cost you anything extra, but you guys, as always, will be helping me run this channel, and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Alright, so with that said, let's begin. So the unboxing was pretty simple, and in the box, you get the user manual, the warranty card, the USB-C to USB-A charging cable, a few extra ear tips, a few stickers, and of course the Wings Phantom 260 gaming earbuds themselves in their charging case. Now talking about the build quality, well, I was surprised as to how small and compact the case is. It feels very small and very compact in the hand. It's got a smooth matte finish and it's very comfortable to hold. Now at the back of the case is where you have the USB-C charging port. Once you open it up, you're welcomed by the two earbuds. Now the earbuds themselves are also very light. Now on the surface of the earbuds, you have a matte finish and you have this lightning logo which glows green. It blinks when it's starting to pair, and this same area is actually the touch sensitive area where you have the multifunction control buttons. So you can do the usual like play, pause music, skip tracks, change the volume, answer end calls, summon your voice assistant, and also go into gaming mode, which is a different mode, and I'll talk about that later. Now in terms of features, these earbuds rock Bluetooth version 5.3, so that increases the range and the power efficiency. They also pack 13mm drivers, and I'll talk about what the audio quality is like. Now Wings claims that this gives you a total playback time of 30 hours, that is with the earbuds and the charging case, and the earbuds themselves give you a continuous playback of 8 hours on a single charge. Now obviously you can't get 8 hours at 100% volume, so I'm guessing this is at around 60 to 70% volume. They don't mention that, but that is the industry standard. Now speaking of the touch controls, while I do appreciate touch controls and they are convenient, I personally prefer a dedicated button because that is more reassuring with the tactile feedback. And with this unit, I found that the touch controls could sometimes be a hit or a miss, so it doesn't always work 100%. Actually, there's a learning curve, so once you get used to the right pressure at the right area where you need to actually place your finger, that's where it starts to work fine. But I kind of had trouble maneuvering the different controls, and well, maybe that could be just me and my clumsy fingers, but I would have preferred a dedicated button. Now these also have environmental noise cancellation microphones, so when you take calls, your voice is supposed to suppress the ambient noise and give you crystal clear call quality. And I can vouch for that because I've taken a number of calls on this and I found that I was very clear on the other end. My voice didn't sound muffled, there was no distortion. So in terms of voice quality, for calling purposes at least, this works very good. Now like I said, this has a dedicated gaming mode, which when you turn on, this basically reduces the latency between the video and the audio. So I'm guessing if you're a gamer, and obviously these are gaming earbuds, so if latency is a deal breaker for you when you're playing some shooting game or whatever, this will come in handy. Now because I'm not a gamer, I didn't test the gaming mode while gaming, but I tried another test to try out this gaming mode to see if it actually reduces latency between the video and audio, and it actually worked, and I'll talk about that later. Alright, so with the specs and build out of the way, now let's talk about the actual criteria whether you should buy this or not, which is the audio quality, because at the end of the day, these are earbuds and you're not only going to use them just to play games, you're also going to use them to listen to music, watch movies. So how is it for those use cases? Now, if you're an existing viewer, you know I don't just say good sound or bad sound. I judge earbuds based on how they can produce the three frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: highs, mids, and lows. Highs, where the really sharp sounding instruments are, mids, where the vocals lie, and the lows or the bass, which we all love. Starting off with the higher frequencies, well, these really lack highs. There was no clarity in the highs, and the highs were rather missing. So you really need to pay close attention, because I have heard the same songs on other earbuds and I know how they sound. These really muffled or muted the higher frequencies. So while obviously there is no distortion because it doesn't produce any sharp highs, it felt muted. It got eaten up by the bass and the mids, so there was no separation. Now obviously you can go into the equalizer of the music player you're using, tweak the sound and bring up the highs, but you shouldn't have to do that. It should sound sharp and good right out of the box. So if that's what you're expecting, you're going to be disappointed because the highs were muted and not up to the mark. Now let's talk about the mids, where the vocals lie. Again, the vocals suffer the same fate as the higher frequencies. The vocals were muted, they didn't sound natural, didn't have the natural warmth, which I always say that any earbud should naturally produce. So again, the mid frequencies, the vocals got muffled or eaten up by the bass response. So highs and mids both were eaten up by the bass response and there was lack of separation. So if you are trying to get this just for crystal clear vocals, I don't think it's going to be a good choice because the vocals were muted, didn't sound natural, and you would have to do a lot of tweaking with the equalizer to get the vocals to your taste. So right out of the box, the vocals sound muffled, they don't sound natural and don't have that clarity which should naturally be there. And now let's talk about the low end or the bass. Now I think you got an idea. The reason the bass eats up the mids and highs is because these earbuds are geared for bass heads. The bass response is very, very thick. It's the most prevalent frequency that you will realize as soon as you place them in your ears and start playing some music. The bass response is very, very deep and punchy. So for a bass head, this is ideal. But as I keep saying, even if you're a bass head, you would want a good balance of the low end and the vocals and the higher frequencies. So if you're someone who just wants bass and you don't care about the overall audio quality, you don't care about the clarity in the vocals or the higher frequencies, then this is okay. I mean, that's a weird scenario, but that's okay. And if you're willing to use an equalizer to bring up the highs and mids, in that case, it's perfect. But for someone who is an average listener, who doesn't just want bass but wants a balance of all the frequencies, this will not really justify his or her use scenario. So for bass heads, perfect. For anyone else who wants a balance, not that great. Now, as I said before, it's got a separate gaming mode which reduces the latency. So I didn't test it out with the game, but what I did was played the same video on YouTube and I placed these earbuds in my ear. So first I heard it without the gaming mode and then I heard it with the gaming mode. And I found that even though these rock Bluetooth version 5.3, which should by itself reduce or get rid of the latency between video and audio, I found that turning on gaming mode reduced the latency even further to the point where it was instantaneous, which was a huge surprise and it was very pleasant to watch because after shifting from gaming mode to non-gaming mode or the normal mode, when you pay attention, I could make out that there was ever so slightly a delay between the video and the audio. Not something you would notice right off the bat. I mean, it is very difficult to notice because it's Bluetooth version 5.3, so there is no really room for any such noticeable delay. But it's when you turn on the gaming mode that even that bit of delay which is there gets reduced further and it's instantaneous. So that was good and the gaming mode is legitimate, so it works. So the price of the Wings Phantom 260 is 900 rupees, right now at least, on offer during the Great Indian Festival. So if you get it now, the only way I can justify it is that if you're a bass head with no concern for the other two frequencies and you want a legitimate gaming mode where the latency is reduced, you want really good call quality and something that's really light and comfortable in the ear and is compact with great battery life, then 900 rupees is justified. But on the other hand, if you are an average listener who doesn't just care about bass, wants a balance of all the three frequencies, then you could have other options, I guess. Now, I've given you everything out in the open. Now it's up to you, whatever suits your purpose. So guys, that's been the review of the Wings Phantom 260. I hope you find it useful. If you have, please share this video with your friends, whoever is willing to buy this or is planning on buying this but is confused. And to show your support, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I said, if you do decide to buy these earbuds after watching this review, please use the link of this product given in the description below to make your purchase so that you can help me run this channel and I can produce more such helpful and high quality content just for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.